Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roadmap to Freedom. We are at the sixth session of the project. In continuation of our discussion about cause and effect, I will share with you an incident that happened in the city of Milan, Italy, in the year 1630. There was a man who was a scribe by profession. He was coming home one evening from his work and he had a lot of sticky ink covering his hands. As he was coming home, he was walking along a wall and scraping his hand off the wall to try to get some of the sticky ink off his hands. Two old women were looking out of their window and they noticed this man just running his hand along the wall. And these two women agreed. This man must be the agent of the devil who was spreading the plague across our beloved city of Milan. And of course, being good citizens, they reported him to the proper authorities. When questioned, the scribe explained, "Well, you see the ink on my hands," and was told, "You're lying. Confess." Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you do with a man who absolutely refuses to tell the truth? The man was subjected to torture beyond endurance, and he confessed everything that he was suggested to. The poor man, in desperation, named everyone he knew in the city of Milan. Those unfortunate people were in turn tortured beyond endurance until they named everyone they knew. They in turn were arrested, tortured until they named everyone they knew. And this went on and on until the death toll was incredible. Finally, a pharmacist was tortured into confession that it was he who made the magic ointment that the scribe and others had used to spread the plague throughout Milan. And he was, of course, slowly put to death. All of those details of the trials with explicit descriptions of the torture has been fully documented by the authorities and is available still for those who wish to go into the sordid details. Are you aware that these things happened? Burning people alive at the stake and those kind of things. Incidentally, they burned children at the stake. The scientists of the time agreed that it's necessary and cheered it up. Don't you love scientists? All right, I have a question to you. What was the underlying cause of all this needless torture, suffering? No comprehension of cause and effect in the second science, biology. What was the true cause of the plague? Was it witches? Was it devil? I've got some good news to you. 264 years after the poor pharmacist was executed, his house was destroyed, his family driven into poverty and exile. 264 years later, the man was fully, completely vindicated. The poor fellow was innocent, after all, and all others too. Isn't that good news? Do you feel better now? It was year 1894 when Kitasato in Japan and Yersin in Switzerland independently discovered the cause of the bubonic plague. And when they looked through their microscopes, they didn't see the devils, witches. They saw, for the first time, the true cause of the plague, the microscopic Bacillus pestis. And I might illustrate that an even greater tragedy 2 centuries before this occurred in Milan. Certain people got the idea that cats were agents of the devil. And they launched a crusade throughout much of Europe to destroy all these evil cats. It turned out to be probably the most successful European cruise in history. and they obliterated most of the cats from the face of Europe. I will give you one guess as to what followed. The rats took over Europe. And as many of you know, the rats carries the flea that carries the Bacillus pestis, that is the cause of the bubonic plague. And the plague that followed this crusade to destroy cats resulted in deaths of somewhere in general magnitude of 1/4 of the population of Europe and 1/3 of the population of England and Scotland. That will give you some appreciation of the catastrophe that can follow the inability to comprehend cause and effect, applied to all domains of knowledge. Now, one might ask, well, this is very interesting, but what does the torture of some poor innocent scribe way back in 1630 got to do with me? Besides, this is America, not Italy, and this happened a long time ago. We're much smarter now. Ladies and gentlemen, our understanding of cause and effect today in the social domain is no more accurate than was our earlier belief that witches caused the plague. Can you accurately identify the cause of our social catastrophes with the certainty and accuracy that Yersin and Kitasato identified the cause of the plague? Can you do that? What is the cause of war, rioting, economic depression, famine, poverty, mass unemployment, inflation? Ladies and gentlemen, you and I will use the scientific method to demonstrate and prove that today's authorities, today's experts, have no more accurately identified the true cause of these various problems than did the authorities in Milan accurately identify the true cause of the plague. Several centuries ago, due to man's blind acceptance of superstition, total superstition, we blamed witches and devils for the plague. Today, due to the same identical, totally blind acceptance of superstition, we're blaming the wrong thing for the cause of war, riot, poverty, unemployment, inflation, etc., etc., etc. We consistently blame the wrong thing and the wrong people. During this lecture series, I will carefully identify with precision the true causes of all these disasters. Let us stop here. We will talk next time about the second failure of the science to prevent the disasters of yesterday and today, and God forbid tomorrow. Until next